Ever had a relationship end, not with a bang, but with a whisper? No dramatic fight, no big blow-up, just a slow, quiet drift apart. It's a special kind of heartache, and it often hurts more than the loud endings. But why is that? When a relationship ends abruptly, with a clear fight or a major betrayal, you have something to point to. You can be angry, you can vent, and you can tell your friends exactly what went wrong. There's a clear villain, a clear reason. It's painful, yes, but it's also definitive. You have a story with a beginning, a middle, and a very clear, sharp end. This clarity, even though it hurts, gives you a starting point for healing. But a quiet ending, that's a whole different story. It's the slow fade of text messages, the growing space between you on the couch, the conversations that become shorter and shorter. There's no single moment to blame, no specific fight to analyze. Instead, you're left with 1,000 tiny cuts, a constant, nagging feeling that something is wrong. You start questioning everything. Was it something I said? Something I did? Or was it nothing at all? This ambiguity is what makes it so painful. Your mind races, trying to find the puzzle, but there isn't one. You're left grieving not just the loss of the person, but also the loss of certainty. You're mourning a relationship that seemed to dissolve into thin air, leaving you to wonder if it was ever really there to begin with. This self-doubt can be incredibly damaging, making you feel insecure and confused long after the person is gone. The silence is deafening because it leaves so much room for your own fears and insecurities to grow. You replay every interaction, searching for clues you might have missed. It's like trying to solve a mystery with no evidence. The lack of closure can feel like an open wound that just won't heal, because you can't even figure out what caused it in the first place. So if you've ever experienced a quiet breakup, know that your pain is valid. It's a uniquely difficult experience. The healing process might be slower, and it requires you to be incredibly kind to yourself. You have to learn to find closure within yourself, not from the silence they left behind. Remember, sometimes the loudest goodbyes are the ones that are never spoken. Thanks for watching. Have you ever noticed that the loudest heartbreaks aren't always the ones that hurt the most? Sometimes, it's the quiet ones, the slow fades, the unspoken goodbyes that leave the deepest scars. Why is that? When a relationship ends with a big, dramatic fight, there's a clear reason. There are arguments, things are said, and doors are slammed. You have something tangible to be angry at, something to process. It's loud, it's messy, but it's also definitive. The story has a clear ending, even if it's a painful one. You can tell your friends exactly what happened, and they'll nod along, understanding the fallout. There's a strange comfort in that clarity. But what about the quiet breakups? The ones where the texts become less frequent, the calls get shorter, and the I love yous feel more like a habit than a feeling. There's no big fight, no final confrontation. One day, you just realize you're alone, holding on to the ghost of a connection. This kind of ending is agonizing because it's filled with ambiguity and unanswered questions. Your mind races, trying to pinpoint the exact moment things went wrong. Was it something I said, something I did, or did I do nothing at all? This uncertainty is a breeding ground for self-doubt and what-ifs. You're left mourning, not just the relationship, but the lack of closure. It's like reading a book and finding the last few chapters have been torn out. You're left to write the ending yourself, and it's almost always a story where you blame yourself. The silence that follows is deafening. There are no angry words to replay, only the echo of what was never said. This kind of pain is insidious. It seeps into your quiet moments, making you question your own worth and your ability to be loved. You're grieving a loss that was never officially declared, which can make it feel like your pain isn't valid. But here's the thing, your pain is absolutely valid. A quiet heartbreak is a real heartbreak. It's a testament to how deeply you cared. Healing from this kind of loss means learning to give yourself the closure you never received. It means accepting that sometimes there are no clear answers, and that's okay. It's about learning to trust yourself again and rewriting that ending not as a story of your failure, but as the beginning of a new chapter where you learn to value your own peace. Thank you for watching. If this resonated with you, let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. Take care. Have you ever been in a relationship that didn't end with a big fight, but with silence? No shouting, no dramatic scenes, just a slow, quiet drift apart. It's a strange kind of pain, isn't it? We often think the loudest heartbreaks are the worst, but sometimes, the quiet ones cut the deepest. Why is that? When a relationship ends loudly, with arguments and clear reasons, there's a sense of closure. You have something to point to, a reason to be angry or sad. But when love just fades away quietly, it leaves you with a million unanswered questions. You're left replaying every moment, wondering where it all went wrong. Was it something I said? Something I didn't say? This uncertainty can be maddening, trapping you in a loop of self-doubt. This quiet kind of pain is often called an ambiguous loss. There's no clear ending, no final goodbye. It feels like the person is still there, but the connection is gone. It's like grieving for someone who is still alive, and that's a uniquely confusing and lonely experience. You don't get the same sympathy from friends because on the outside, nothing dramatic happened. It's a private sorrow, one you feel you have to navigate all on your own. The The silence also forces you to confront the void they left behind. There are no angry texts to distract you, no dramatic stories to tell your friends. There's just the quiet hum of their absence in your daily life, the empty side of the bed, the second coffee cup you no longer need to make, the silence where their laughter used to be. These small, quiet moments become constant, painful reminders of what you've lost. If you're going through this, please know you're not alone, and your feelings are valid. This quiet grief is real, and it deserves to be acknowledged. Acknowledge your pain, allow yourself to mourn the loss, even if it feels invisible to the rest of the world. Talk to someone you trust, or a professional who can help you process these complex emotions. Healing from a quiet heartbreak is a quiet process too, but it is possible. Thanks for watching, and take care of yourselves.